Hi, welcome to Mad Medicine with Miss P. Sorry, my initial intro, I was smiling, but my light just went out. So if it goes out again, I think we're just going to have to do this romantically because it literally just went out. I have no idea why. 5 minutes in, so I'm starting all over. I'm sad, but sorry. All right, well, these were just things that were charting, and it's good stuff. So I hope that light doesn't go out again. That was really weird. I don't know why that happened. It's not that old. I rarely use it. 15 minutes a week, and that light's gonna die. At any rate, okay. So here's some fabulous things that some patients have charted, and these may even be some nurses or doctors things I've seen charted. I just kind of keep on going. So whether I'm looking through a chart and I see something someone wrote, or it's papers handed in from a student. And no, I don't know who wrote it, so don't even pretend like that's a thing. I have no idea who charted it, so I'm not going to give anybody away. You know who you are. I'm sure you remember this because I usually tell you you're going in the book. Okay, non-palpable mass to left upper chest. Now, if it's a non-palpable mass, does that mean that you can see it, but you're incapable of feeling it? Like you try, but you can't reach it? Is this a tall gentleman? Is he standing? What I'm going to bet you meant was like maybe firm palpable mass to left upper chest, probably a pacer, defibrillator, portacat, something like that. So while we can't necessarily say what it is, you can describe what you see as you're doing your head to toe assessment. When you're writing your history, if they have, some sort of shunt, rope-like structure, and you can feel it under the skin, or tube-like structure, whatever you want to say, or if they have a firm palpable mass to the left upper chest measuring, 4 centimeters by 3 centimeters, whatever you want to say, you can describe it, but you can't necessarily tell somebody exactly what it is, because that little, spot on their back, that could be a insulin pump, it could be intrathecal pump, it could be a nerve stimulator. We don't know what it is, right? Most of the time we have an idea because of location. Certain things are placed certain places, but still you don't always know. The next one, even heart R&R. I don't know what that means. Even heart R&R. The heart is regular, I don't know, R&R. Maybe the heart needs some R&R. We'll see. Pedal pulse is 68. Okay, that's like the girl who counted that guy's teeth. You can count the pedal pulse if you want to. I don't know why you would, but if that's where you want to get your pulse, that works just as well. No ANA times O. No ANA. I'm assuming the patient's maybe non-responsive. They're not alert. They're not awake. They're not oriented. Maybe they're, completely non-responsive, and there's plenty of patients out there, but you have to describe that. You can't say what they're not. You have to say what they are. S1, S2, sounds present. Well, that's good because S stands for sound. So sound 1, sound 2, sounds present. No. Cute, but no. So S1, S2, audible with regular rate and rhythm. I'm assuming that may be what should follow there. Soft and round and palpation. Palpation. Now, it's not just the words you use, it's the spelling that is also very fun. Now, I can't spell either, so I get it, but bring a dictionary, bring a list with you. Ask even if you have to, but I don't even know what that means. Soft and round and palpation. Maybe that's an abdomen. Not sure. BS clear in, I think that's supposed to mean apexes, but that's not what that word is. And left base, one wheeze in right base. It's just the one wheeze. Listen for days. I heard just the one wheeze. Oh, but you missed it. I heard it. You won't hear it because it was just the one. There's so much wrong with that. I don't know where to start, but it is precious. Let's hope that was maybe first term. Now, as you all know, you have to describe the breath sounds from top to bottom. You have to be very specific of what you hear and where and when. Is it inspiration, expiration? And not that you're going to hear, Ronchi, you usually hear in inspiratory and expiratory because, that's the air moving over those structures that have phlegm in them, right? Wheezing is a little bit different because that is the force of breathing it in and breathing it out. Crackles you will also generally hear on inspiration and expiration, but depending on their location and the severity, you'll hear it a little bit better in one more than the other. Here it is, NIDDM with hypoglycemia. That's, when they overdose themselves on insulin. Asystemic, wait, Systematic of bradycardia. Asystematic of bradycardia. It's not, it doesn't go throughout, it's just right here. I'm sure what they mean is asymptomatic of bradycardia, right? Which means you need to know the symptoms of bradycardia, and surely you do. Strong hand and pedal grips. All right, that may be a very talented individual, a pedal grip. You think that involves the toes? Pedal pulses present time 6. Okay. Listen, if you are checking pulses on insects, you are in the wrong field. Also, if Aricept doesn't work, use milk of magnesia. Also, if Aricept doesn't work, use milk of magnesia. I'm not sure what that means. I think that may have been a hint at a med order that was misunderstood, because Aricept and MOM, they're not going to do the same things. They could help some symptoms, but they're not going to do the same things. Good stuff, though. Sat 97% with O2 at 2 liters per minute on room air. I got a lot of those. Now, yes, we are all, in fact, breathing room air, but some of us are breathing oxygen directly from a nasal cannula. I'm assuming, because this just says O2 at 2 liters, I'm assuming it's a nasal cannula. But we all are also breathing room air. So when they have supplemental oxygen, you can assume that, you're going to skip the room air speak because they're on nasal, Patient takes 5 milligrams per. That's the entire order. That's what it says there. Patient takes 5 milligrams per. You see why I enjoyed my job so much for so long. Heart sounds have equal rate and rhythm. All right, maybe they're comparing them to bed B. Check A, check B, and they are equal. I don't know. This is all I can tell you. This is what y'all write, and I write it down, because when you see me grading papers, when you saw me grading papers, and I have all but tears streaming and I'm giggling, it's not because you guys are, stupid, or it's because it's so unique and so adorable that I can't not giggle at it. Like, what did my daughter said something the other day that was, not a thing at all. It was not remotely related to, the conversation, but it's something she heard, and it's adorable. It's not stupid or you're so dumb or it's embarrassing. You're learning. And, when doctors and nurses that have been working for years do this stuff, that's when it's less funny and more scary. Like that nurse that told my student, when I asked, I was researching a little bit. I said, hey, and I'm sure I told you this before. I said, your patient started a heparin drip last night for like 6 hours, and they stopped it. Do you know why? She was like, no, I didn't even know that. I said, okay, go ask your nurse. And the nurse came back, and the nurse told her they started the heparin drip because the PTT was elevated. I said, no, you misunderstood the nurse. There's no way the nurse told you that. And the student's like, no, that's exactly what she said. And I know the student well anyway, and she's very intelligent. And I was like, I'll rephrase that. Please have misunderstood her, because you're freaking me out. This is a nurse that's taking care of patients on a step-down unit, that these patients are sick. I mean, if you've got a heparin drip starting, that means they're afraid of a clot. Clots are deadly. So, I mean, this nurse needs to know what she's doing. So later I'm sitting at the computer at the nurse's station. They're all around me. And I'm looking it up. I'm trying to find out. And it really doesn't make any sense, because the PTT was like, 26 to start, or, something like that. Then it got up to 35, and then they stopped it. So I was like, so I turned to the nurse. I said, hey, because I knew this was her patient. I said, did you ever find out why they started a heparin drip last night? And she turns to me and says, because the PTT was elevated. First of all, at no point was it elevated, never even got therapeutic. So I didn't know what to say except, oh dear God, we're all going to die. So if the third leading cause of death in America are medical errors, and 1% are reported, I think we can deduce that the leading cause of death in America is medical errors. So y'all learn your stuff. Get it together, know what you're doing, or go do something else. Become a realtor. I heard that's easy. Okay, apical pulse, fine at 100. He's fine. He's right at 100. He's fine. It's totally fine. This is one of my favorites, and I really don't know if this was a student. I distinctly remember a patient telling me this on the phone, which is really hard when you're hit with it on the phone and you can't laugh. You just have to move the mouthpiece and hold it together the best you can. This patient, I believe it was a patient that told me this. I mean, like, I know a patient told me this. I don't know that a student ever charted this, because this would be one of my favorites. The patient had a biblical hernia repair. That hernia was biblical. Huge. Now, we were taking care of a patient that had what I would refer to as a biblical hernia repair. That guy had staples from his xiphoid process to almost his pelvic bone. That thing was biblical. It had like 100 staples in it. Everybody could have taken 5 out if we didn't find he had a giant seroma. Lortab, 10 milligrams per hour. Yeah, the patient probably didn't last long, unless he was a crackhead. Admitted with PVC, also irregular rate. Nobody's admitted to the hospital for a PVC, even multiple PVCs. That's not a reason. But the whole line, I could pick that apart for the rest of the video. Titrated IV cardiac drip. Oh, well, that sums everything up. I know exactly what's going on with that patient now. They have a titrated IV cardiac drip. Except that that's not, what? No, could you be less specific? You're going to need to tell me the name of the medication. Like, what is the name of the medication? I'm going to need to know some micrograms or milligrams per minute or per hour. You need to give me something here. That is not. Is it Cardizem? Is it digoxin? Is it amiodarone? It's a cardiac drip. Oh, I see. He's got a cardiac drip. Right. This is the crap you find on TV. Okay, this is the ridiculous stuff you find in hospital shows. Why I can't watch any of them. Can't watch Yellowstone. If you know anything about horses, you can't watch Yellowstone, or you can look past it. I could not look past it. The first episode, come on. It was ridiculous. The guy, lassoed the stallion out of the herd and had it in a webbing halter and in a trailer in 24 hours. So he just murdered the herd, took their number one soldier away, their captain, the lead, and then just thought, the mares will take care of themselves, because there's no other stallions in there that aren't, 8 months old. So that's what he did, puts a webbing halter on it. I would love to have seen how that happened. So somebody would have died. Clint Anderson isn't doing that. And then he's in a trailer. Yeah, because, an enclosed space where you can only see through the slats. No, ridiculous. I can't. Not even to mention that he had to shoot that beautiful buckskin on the, I can't do it. I tried, I can't do it. I can't watch medical shows either. They're ridiculous. Beds up here, patients lying like this, no side rails, has a tube coming out, hooked to like the wall, no machines in the room. I can't. I tried. Like, Scrubs was the best I can do because it was so adorable. Despite the fact that Turk was a cardiovascular surgeon one day, a general surgeon another, he's doing bariatric surgeon, then suddenly he's an orthopedic. I can't. Listen, I just look past it because he's so adorable, but still ridiculous. Just stupid. Strong hand grips. Okay. I don't know what else you'd be gripping with, because you only have the one grip and that's with your hand. But all right, I know some people try that. That's okay. Ecchymosis spots. He's got the ecchymosis spots. Doctor called. Mama's got the ecchymosis spots. Okay, do you mean like multiple ecchymotic areas ranging in sizes and colors throughout bilateral forearms? Right, something like that? There goes my light again. Okay, well, we're just going to be romantic for the rest of the day. I don't know what I did, other than the fact that I got it for 15 bucks on eBay a year ago. Oh, that is not good lighting at all. That is scary. Okay, a couple more. I can't see squat. A couple more, and then I got to get out of here. I wonder if I could fix it. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I'll just hold it and see if I can't keep turning. We'll do flash stands. Hey! Okay, mask for C. diff. I don't even know what that means. I don't know if you know what, that could have been like maybe from a nursing care plan. Like, they're suggesting that you mask up for C. diff. Listen, not a bad idea. But as we all have learned these past 3 years, putting a mask over your face does not stop you from smelling very, very foul things. And it's certainly not going to stop you from contracting C. diff, as it is, in fact, not airborne. So, glove and gown, I would say. Cardioscopy. That may be one of my favorites of all time. Oh, the patient went in for a cardioscopy. That's where they look inside your heart. with a camera, which, you know, that'd be pretty cool. I think an Echo will do you just fine for now. But anyway, okay. So that's it. We're gonna stop there because the next one is even better. Because really, I seriously, I've got to get out of here. The list of things. I'm gonna go to work tomorrow to rest. I can't even tell you how many things I have to do. All right, we'll pick up there tomorrow. And otherwise, you know what? I really didn't get too much stuff from work yesterday. Really not too bad. It's been pretty simple. So go figure. But I'm sure I'll be in PAT all day tomorrow. I'll get some other fabulous stuff that people tell me. Other than the fact that they tell me what their medications do, that's one of my favorites. Well, I take that for blood pressure, and I take that for, and most of the time they're wrong, which is, you know, I don't even say anything. I just get on past it, write it down, move on. Otherwise, you'll be on the phone forever. Okay, so that's that. I don't know what's wrong with my light. If it's not my camera dying, it's my light. Go figure. All right, so same as always, face your fears, forget your failures, follow your faith, and I'm really trying hard to stick to that because let me tell you, guys, it is a dumpster fire over here right now. You name it, it's happening, and it's going to be fine. Maybe 2024 will be a good year. We'll see. I'm just going to try to survive 23. Okay, that's it. See you soon. Hope this works. And maybe if I hold it down, do you think if I hold it down or just hit it quickly? Nope. It's so fickle. It works to turn on, but never to turn off. I don't know. I'm just going to keep on trucking. All right, I quit.